Hello, 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 and welcome back to another live stream. How's it going, everyone? Hope you're all doing well. Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome. It's Monday. Somehow got back to here, huh? Every week keeps coming back. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a lovely weekend. Mom was all right. I've been made aware of stuff happening on YouTube, and I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Hey, you guys, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Yep. Weekend was all right. It was all right. Finished platinuming Expedition 33. And now I'm really done with the game. Like, actually done. Like, there's nothing left. You're still be tired today? But you should have just had the weekend. You should be like, well, I mean, I guess it's a Monday, so I get it. Yeah, Mondays do that. Mondays do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, Barros, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. What happened on YouTube? There's some weird thing with views, apparently, that's going on. Where lots of channels are reporting lower views. And I've noticed lower views, but I'm still assuming that's just my videos. But a lot of YouTube channels are just getting lower views. Same amount of like engagement, but lower views. And no one has any explanations. It's weird. But I judge things on views. And apparently it's been happening over the past month or so. So I don't know. Maybe the videos that I thought were, didn't do well, maybe they were fine. But I have no way of telling now. Because I don't know if it affected me and my views were also lower like everyone else's, or it didn't. I can only go with the number I see. So that's what I'm going with. Yep. Also, I got a light, but I think I need to move it. Because when I look here, it looks like I'm just evenly lit, which I don't like. Compared to this. Thing is that the main source of light is coming from here, effectively. But I'm changing it to be here. But it's also this. I think once it gets later in the day, this will be darker. And I'll be better. Now, if you want to see extra white, you want to see extra white guts? That was a 20% power. This is 100% power. Let's turn it back down. You like this, so at least it won't be as even. There you go. That's better. Got a light. It's way too expensive, but I got it. Also, it's very warm in here. Oh. I like the cool light. It's cool. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. It's getting warmer where you are. Winter's almost done. And here I am, waiting for winter, basically. It's actually cooler, finally. Let's look at the temperatures. The highest temperature is 71 degrees. It's actually pretty stable. 69, 70, 71, 66, 70, 71, 66, 69. Nice. It's pretty stable. But it's no longer like mid-high 70s. So I'll take it. So soon you will understand my pain, guts. I'm sorry that you will understand my pain, but you will understand my pain. Other than that, other than all that stuff, I've been working on my next video potentially, which is rarity already. Hey, Insight, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Just watched a tutorial of yours for a while ago. Gonna try use PCG for 3D pathfinding. Nice. Do it. Most of the day you'll be under AC. I mean, most of the day I am also under AC. The problem is my AC is not strong enough for like the hot days. That's the only problem. I've been working on this. They're all facing towards these points. They all face towards the points. If I move them, they still face towards the points. They always face towards the points. You can never make them face towards something else. So what I want to do is I want to find a creepy doll, and I want to decapitate the head and make the head look at you. Or whatever's in the center, because it'll be creepy and I would love it. Hey, Cal, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Is that a pickaxe? Minecraft 15th anniversary celebration. Oh, that's an old one. Your brain was stuck on D&D, so you were really confused when you were talking about armor class. Oh, Ace. Air conditioning makes much more sense. Hey, Blue Sticker, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. I hinted at that in my last video. I don't know how I hinted at that because I thought of doing this after that video was done and edited and uploaded. I thought of like doing this yesterday after the video's been already out. So if I hinted at that, I think you just assume I hinted at it, but I didn't actually hint at anything. You think I'm smart enough to plan that far ahead? Come on, you know. But yeah, they're all facing inwards. And I can make a new one. And the new one will face towards them. And if I move them closer, they'll just face toward whichever one's closer to that one point. It becomes harder to tell. I promise you they're facing at whichever one's closer. I think. Oh, actually, no, I think you get double. No, you would get double. You get double points. Yeah, you get double points. You get a point that's facing towards one and towards the other. I'll probably want to change it so you don't get double points. Or at least an option to not get double points. Yeah. That's what I got. And yes, I am using a similar method, though, to to the example from the video. Do you have a match picked out? No. I want to find a doll and decapitate its head. You go sleep. Have a good night, Guguts. Guguts, before you go though. Before you go. Look what I have. Look what I have. Does this look familiar? We'll be doing that today. As promised. Anyway, shall we go to Game Dev Land? Also, the sun has found a little hole. You can't read from your phone? It's your feedback from a bit ago. Turn off the sun. Oh, sorry, here. Sun's off. Or do you mean like really turn on the sun? I can see totally. Now I feel Batsy promised a month feedback and didn't play at all. You're fine. You don't gotta do anything. Have a good one, Guts. Have a good night. Let's go ahead and load up the game. Yeah, sure, save. We can get a tan, but it's from Akila. Oh, do you? Here, hold on, sorry. Here, let me get a real tan. Yeah, now I'm a little warmer. I got it today. Kale. It came in today. I probably will move it a little further to the edge of the table so it's not quite like it's just a little off from the camera, but I feel like it needs to be even more sideways. Because it feels like it's a little too evenly lit. We'll see how it is once it's later in the day. Once the sun goes down. But it's okay. It's too expensive. I will say. No matter what it is, it's too expensive. Freaking $200. Dear Jesus Christ. That's 200 Canadian dollars. I don't know what it is in the US. But no, too much. I vote next time cheaper. And what is that in Swiss francs? I mean, I don't know what it is in Swiss francs. I can give you Swiss Matildas or Swiss Johns. I don't know Frank. Sorry. I also give you Swiss cheese. I don't know you Franks.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Sorry, I'll take a shower afterwards. So I got some feedback for the game by the one and only Guguts a little back. And finally, we're going to get around to addressing some of these notes. I think some of them we already addressed. some of them we're not going to address. For example, controller not good mapping. I agree. We're not going to address this because we're going to be adding, when we do the HUD UI rework, not HUD, the game menu rework, we're just going to add rebinding and then be able to play around with that completely. So that's going to go with that. At a certain point, we're stuck in laser mode. And controller support inconsistency. So let's try out fixing that. It's going to be bug fixes and some other stuff. We're just going to go in order. We're going to go in order. Do I have a demo? I mean, I have the monthly package that I make. So, yes and no. Again, why is this why is... I think we fixed a lot of this. This was also before the big rework of... It was also before the big rework when we fixed up a bunch of these power-ups. So, this might be fine. But that orb should not be there. Oh, that's what he meant. The first time you press it, it gets stuck. Mm-hmm. No, it's fine now. I hate when things are not consistently. Hey, Zebra, welcome in. No, but it did get stuck. Okay? It did get stuck. Oh, now it gets stuck again. Not pressing it. Stuck again. Okay, so that's a bug. We gotta fix that. Okay. Let's work towards that. Let's work towards that. Also, I don't know if I said it in my head or out loud, but hello, Zebra, in case I said it in my head. I remember seeing your name. I remember seeing the word interesting. I even think I replied to it, but my goldfish brain already forgot, so I'm just going to do it just in case. It was twice. Okay. I was like, I don't remember. I already forgot. So it should be here. It should go here. Obviously go here. The in-game bug jumped in your brain, IRL. Yep. So it does this. Then it checks it's a melee hold. It is not. It's spell bolt. It's going to execute laser attack. And then it's doing this. Yeah. Then when it does cancelled, It checks if this was greater. It resets this, but and it should clear laser array. Hey Leo, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You got feedback, but did you starve forward? What? They starve forward. Yeah, no idea what you're talking about. Not even a little bit. These puns are too much. He's cooking. He's cooked tonight. Wait, there was a pun? God, am I then? Guys, look, it's can I excuse? Can I say it's Monday and that's why? Can that be my excuse? Was there a pun? Oh man, I like puns. I didn't even get a feedback. Stop. Look, that is too advanced of a pun for me. Okay, you gotta have to like knock that down like a few intelligent levels. I only got one brain cell here. Like that's too like. It's too advanced, man. Oh, you know what we should do? I think it's because of this. I think I need to do this. Because when I stop, I just need to stop attacking. This might be all we need to do. Because I think I was still thinking if I cannot attack anymore because I go. And so it went here. No. Look, Bond, no hands. Okay, that didn't fix anything. Yeah, never mind. Why is it? Okay. Yeah, let's do a little test here. Print this. So it's not. Well, what am I supposed to do with that one? So now if I do this, it says true. Right? It prints true there. But when it gets stuck, it what in the world? It didn't print anything. Okay, now I got stuck in the animation. Okay. Okay. What are we doing today? We're doing, we're fixing bugs and general feedback notes, addressing feedback notes. What I need to do is basically from here, instead of this, what we can do is bypass. Well, I need to. I can't attack. I do this. I basically need to do you. I need to do. Up to here, I think. So what I can do is put all of this afterwards on the next section. And then from here, I can just tell it to do this. Maybe. See, nothing printed in the top left. Oh, I turned off the print, but why is it getting stuck on like selection mode? For some reason, this is not printing. Cancelled. So let's put this here. And then go back here. Okay. I let go. Cancel didn't print. Cancel printed there. Well, what am I supposed to do with that one? If the game doesn't detect me letting go of the button, what am I supposed to do with that one? How am I supposed to fix that? To be clear here, I'm now printing directly from the canceled. It's just printing from the canceled. If I let go, it should print canceled. What? To trigger an event? Let's take a look. It's a regular bool. Nothing on it. Nothing special. Why is it nothing special on? Hold on. I think it's nothing special because I'm overwriting in here. Yeah, I'm overwriting here, so it's a hold. Hold time is 5 seconds.
Pausing for ads.
Maybe it's the actuation threshold I need to adjust. It should never be completed until it hits 5 seconds. The point is, I'm canceling way too early, right? I'm canceling before it completes, so it should go off canceled. So it's a weird one. We'll try playing with this actuation threshold, because if I cannot get this to be consistently like triggered, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Let's change activation threshold here to 0.05. I let go. See, now it says canceled. Why did it not say cancel the first? It didn't register the first time. Is it accounting for hold time? What do you mean? Hold time gets recharged. The problem is it thinks I'm still holding. Will the same thing happen with this mouse? No. No. It's only controller. No, that's not how I have it set up, Leo. I'm using the ongoing. Triggered is different. I'm using everything. I'm using ongoing for the holding. I'm using the started. I'm using the canceled, and I'm using the trigger. I'm using everything. But what it's ongoing is just trigger doesn't do anything for the except basically trigger the regular. Is there a separate input key for controllers called gamepad? What? You know about this? This is like pre 5.1. When the controller takes over, it gets confused until one input event is over and figures itself out. On the input manager, not here. Well, I signed the button to... Yeah, here's the button. Oh, sorry, I changed it on the mouse one here. Put it at 0.05 here. Actually, I accidentally set the setting for the... Yeah, it's set to gamepad mount button. Yeah, so that has no effect. That has no effect. Back to where it was. So... You know why you just like holding and you prefer to use down? You know why? You just like holding and prefer to use down. What do you mean prefer to use down? Oh, down. Trigger fires when the input exceeds the actuation threshold. What's the difference? Trigger fires once input has remained active for whole thresh duration seconds. Let's try it. Oh, is it because of this? So I probably need to set that to 5 seconds again. Same problem. Oh, now it doesn't trigger at all. Now it doesn't work at all. Now I can't press it at all. Now it's very broken. I mean... the problem is the enhanced input is not detecting the cancellation. Now the problem is it's not detecting me stopping the button hold, right? It does detect me letting go of the button. That's the problem. Can I do get or common input? I think it's this one. Bind event on input method changed. I wonder if this will help. Because this can, right, this can do different things, but what I really want to do is just flush the input of whatever it is if I change my input. So let's try that. In case for some reason, let's say, is detecting the keyboard or something, I'm getting stuck in that, I don't know. Is input mappings for range set to 0 and the original mapping 1? Input mapping for range set to 0. What? I probably don't know what you're referring to. Same problem. When you had to pick up a range ribbon, do you add mappings? Yes. Okay, well this might need to go, hold on. I need to go here. No. Yeah, when I press another button, it fails. That's fine. That didn't help at all. All it's doing is giving me errors. So what's happening is, when I do a no, not you. Where is, trying to think. You. Yeah, so here, when I pick up a new weapon, I set my weapon stuff, And then based on the weapon, I have this, which will then set, remove the range mapping if I have melee or melee when I have ranged. Priority 0, I could try priority 1. But the button isn't bound to anything else. Like, I understand priority would matter if I have the button bound to like 2 things, but the button's not bound for multiple things. I remove the melee mapping and I add the range mapping. So that way I can have things, right, use different setups. And again, now it's fine. It's really that first attack, and then there's... Okay, I'll put this back to where it was again, because that doesn't matter. Why does... The real problem is here. The real problem is it doesn't trigger canceled. That's the real problem. Trigger fires when input is released after having been actuated for at least hold time and threshold seconds. And now it's fine. Why is it like this? Trigger fires only when the input exceeds activation threshold. I'm gonna try something really stupid right now. Okay? I'm putting it back to hold. Okay? I'm gonna make this a different button. Fuck you, A button. The problem is I don't even know if it is this controller that's the problem, or using A in general is the problem. Because for some reason the PlayStation controller does not work with Unreal Engine. How do you get the PlayStation controller working with Unreal Engine? Is it simple? It's 17 minutes long. Oh god, it's a whole thing. Screw that. No. A different button worked fine. Yes, it will. Looks a bit, yeah, it's outdated for sure. Okay, here's what else we can do. If I go back through the messages I have with the Guts, he sent me also a picture. He sent me this. Heavy attack and light attack are here. A is dash. If we rebind it to this, things might just be fixed. Hold. Also, heavy attack, light attack, trigger, these buttons seems okay. Dark is clearly playing a lot of Dark Souls. Do you have any input actions that consume that button? No, the button is well, the only thing that could possibly consume the button is UI. Is like common UI or any kind of UI thing could think I'm for some reason using it on UI. I don't know. That's the only thing I can guess. Maybe. That's the only thing. Because at one point we had problems with the X button as well, where it would just not attack. It would not register attacking unless we set the game to game in UI instead of just game. So there's some weird stuff that's been happening under the hood. That was a while ago. I don't know if that's still a problem. Well, there's no way for me to know what's eating the input. Because nothing happens, right? Or this doesn't trigger, so I don't know what it is can eat the input. Is there a way to separate gaming UI selection? If it's game only and then UI can... Yeah. You're right. And let's actually test if that is fixed, because I haven't tested that in a while. There was a time when there was a problem where setting it to game only caused issues. I don't remember if I do that anymore. I don't think I do that anymore. How do I think it might be game only at this point, but I don't, where would that be? That would be, where would be the default for that? How do I know what the default is? If it's game and UI or game or UI only? Where do I see that? If it's not in your HUD class and you're doing it wrong? Well, no, I need to see where does it set by default. I mean, it might be, I don't think it's in the HUD. I don't think my HUD's doing it. I think my HUD has any settings. Yeah, my HUD doesn't set like any game UI stuff. There's no reason for it to. Set game mode only. Can I search for set input game? I'm trying to see where I set things. These are plugins. I don't care about plugins. Easy Game UI, do not care. Okay. This is on start. Okay. So this is the main menu. It sets it to gaming UI. Okay. Let's just do set game mode game only, or input mode game only. Oh, but I can attack here because I need to set it, make it so I can attack there. Set this to 1. It's fine. Why can't I attack? Oh, okay, here we go. So it's broken. Oh, no, so it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Hold on. I cannot click A anymore. A doesn't work anymore at all. For anything. So, for some reason, on this projectile, A just says fuck you. Okay? But if the only thing I change is make a game and UI, okay? Now, why isn't he just not doing anything now? He were. Did we? No, it's back to where it was. Oh, let me turn off. Hold on. We still have this. Right? Hold on. Let me just check something. Right? A doesn't do anything. I'm spamming it. Nothing's happening. Well, it fired it once. I don't. I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm gonna be quite honest. I don't understand. Kami UI is taking your controller, but maybe. I don't know. That's my guess as well, Leo. But the problem is, I can't control what Kami UI does with default A, with a default A button. If it might be doing that, it might be eating it, but I don't know what. It's just default behavior. It's not something I personally set up. But I agree. I think it's also Kami UI, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it. So, what we can do about it is potentially this. Let's rebind the keys to this, and let's go from there, okay? So attack range still this. This will become you. Yeah, let's do that. Change you to there. Change you to there. Okay. Then the rest of the stuff. Dash will become on the problematic button. Potentially. Jump is no longer a thing. Getting rid of that. Move is fine. Escape is fine. Pause is fine. Interact becomes B. I like interact as Y.
Pausing for ads.
I think an active item potion becomes X. Card unlock screen D-pad up. So this active item becomes B. Right. Can you buy and unbuy for when that's open or closed? What is open or closed? Kami UI is not like even doing anything, as you saw. I'm not loading anything. The main HUD is not Kami UI even. It's a regular HUD. It has no mappings, it has no buttons. It's not doing anything. It's just displaying stats. So why it would be eating any kind of information, I don't know. Treat each HUD object as a container of widget blueprints. And widget blueprints just have raw data that isn't there. HUD class would technically control if it's game only or game UI. Oh, I see. I put that typically in the HUD itself. So when it goes into that HUD, that's where I set it. instead of doing it. Yeah. I mean, it could be done outside of it, but I felt like it was just easier to do it inside of the HUD. So that when it goes into the HUD, it then sets it to whatever it needs to be, and leaving the HUD, it sets it. So I can control it per HUD very easily. I don't know. I think that part is like minuscule. Is it a HUD class? Yeah, it's a HUD class. Look, I have a BP HUD of a HUD class. It's just I have easy game UI, so that's why it's that. But then I have here load HUD. Loads the HUD, creates the HUD, adds it to the viewport, and returns it. That's it. Just load HUD from BP HUD. Yeah, it's a HUD class. And then this doesn't change the my game mode or anything. I could tell it to change the game mode here as well. I could tell it to change the game mode in like all of these things. It does set the game paused here. But I don't know why it says the pause, set the game pause here. Usually I do that inside of the HUD itself. See, now I'm spamming A to dash, and I'm not dashing. Oh, I'm not. Oh, hold on, I'm out of stamina. Hold on. That might not be the problem of. Hold on, let me get my stamina back. That might. Press. That might be fine now. We might go with this. You have a scuffed idea called clear widget focus. I mean, now it's fine. Make infinite stamina just for testing? I could. I could very well do that. It's working. I do see some things that I gotta adjust though. Yeah, change the cost to 0. Did you see what just happened? I just attacked and I wasn't holding anymore. I didn't. Click A. But that was with me pressing A. I didn't press to attack. I didn't press this button. That was weird. Okay. New rebinds though seem a lot better. Right, we gotta fix this little ball, right, from appearing. Right, we gotta fix that. But it seems like we might be okay in the other departments with this kind of configuration. Okay. Let's say that's fine. Okay, let's say that's fine. Let's fix the laser then. So, to open you. So here, this laser explosion sets at in game. I think it's the only thing I forgot to do. Because when it gets hit, oh, I'm doing set visibility, not set hidden game. I mean, it doesn't really matter, so. There we go. Just firing my laser. Yeah. Oh, right there. I pressed A. It attacked. How? So right there. I pressed A to dash. What the fuck? This happened before. I recall this. I recall this happening before. I think at the time I just had it on A for attack. See, now I can't get it to recreate. I was just going here to grab the laser. Is there a way where multiple abilities can be fired? I don't think so. Well, hold on. Hold on. There is an option for... Is there an option for like setting consume input or something? That might be done on, not you, was it here? Consume a lower priority, enhance input mappings. Where do I even set priority though? Also, there's trigger and pause. I thought there was a way of telling it to like where do you put priority or anything like that? Consumes action and access mappings. Right there, I just did again. Unintentionally. But I mean, that was the range attack. I'm setting in the wrong thing. Go back to... This needs to be done on dash now. Again. How? How is this happening? I'm pressing A to dash. Why is it attacking? How? What possible way is it attacking? Yeah, and it's pretty ongoing. But I pressed A. I pressed A. I pressed the dash button now. Hold on. Let me just double check that I don't have it anywhere else set up. Okay? Okay, left shift. No. DAWS gamepad. No. We're thumbstick. Special right. No. Tab. Special left. No. E. Face top button. No. Q. Button right. No. F. Face button left. No. D-pad. No. D-pad. No. This is shoulder. Only one is the face button, bottom is the dash. If I put this as a different button, it still did it. How is it triggering that one? I wonder if you search IA attack and it'll show up in any other blueprints? Yeah, we could try it. So here, this one only has attack, alt attack, which is right click attack, and range attack. Okay, those are the three here. If I search across all blueprints, I only get those three. I've never put it anywhere else. Only the same three. One unindexed. I think we'll be fine on that one. It is. I agree, Leo. I agree. So, how the hell? One, two, three. Let's do a little screenshot. On menus, when controller buttons are pressed, are events fired there? If you set it up to be, yes. Even so, it's using a completely different attack when you press it down. It's using this attack, which is normal, where it's thinking I'm holding down the A button. And if I'm holding down the A button, it is using the correct thing. Well, no, it's not, because, right, we rebounded. So no, even then, yeah, you're right. Where is it getting the binding for it? Is this somewhere? Easy game UI, we're gonna ignore that one. Easy game UI, we can ignore that. Easy game UI, we can ignore that. Plugin stuff, basically. It wouldn't cause, what I'm getting at is it wouldn't cause it to. It's so weird. Okay, well, we can try doing. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this attack. You. Okay. I'll put it under new. Same setup entirely, okay? But it's not in the... Okay, it no longer does anything. Okay, so it is coming from that. Okay. Now if I do IA attack new, and we just do a print string here, how is it printing? Okay. Okay, hold. Okay. I'm going to delete this, okay? You know what it is? I think I know what it is. I think it is common UI. I think it is common UI, and you know what it is? It's the fucking left mouse button. It's gone. Common UI treats left mouse button and the A button on the controller as the same thing. And for some unknown reason, it is fucking me here. That's what's happening. Because when you press the A button in common UI, it treats it like a left click automatically. And that's what it's doing here. But why? And how do you disable that? I don't know. STG. I don't know what STG is, but I'm holding on. You shit in the garden. You shit the garden. STG. Do I have a common UI mapping list? The thing is, I don't know. Oh, swear to God. Well, ongoing IA attack. So it thinks I'm pressing IA attack. But what we can do is check if it is I attack and controller input, then don't do anything. Yes, yeah, I'm gonna do basically that. I'm gonna check that if this is if this is equal to, obviously I attack, and hold on. If I can't just ignore it, I need to know what button is being pressed. Because obviously I can't just ignore it when it's a controller, otherwise I won't be able to attack at all. Which we don't want. We need to know what button is being pressed on the controller, specifically. And if it is that button. Input type? What jam? Thingy for input type? Not sure I follow. Yeah, input mode. But there's a way of getting the controller, or whether it's keyboard or controller, but that's not going to help me here. I do need to check that it is. We just did it. Get input, current input type. Yeah, there we go. So current input type we can get. Is the comment input, is that common UI? Yes. That's common UI. So as long if this is equal to or I guess not equal to, we want to not be equal to gamepad, or I guess we can, okay, no, it'll be easier in my head if I do, if it's equal to gamepad and the button is remove the mappings from common UI and only read them when menus open. Zebra, I would love to do that. If you point me in the direction where I can unbind that auto thing of using A, I would gladly make it myself. Yes, I'd love to. Please tell me where. Because common UI, you might be surprised to find out, is owned by Epic at the very least. It's built into Unreal. It's a plugin you just enable, which means there's no documentation. So I would love to do exactly what you're saying if only there was documentation on how. Hey Skronek, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Sounds like a lovely place. uh Current. Let's do a quick search. Get current pressed keys. Get current pressed enhanced input action keys. You haven't enabled Common UI in your projects to know how it functions yet? You're fine. Input mapping context. No, this is has. Query map key in context set, in active context set. Input context is attack. Action is attack. Key is left click. Input device subsystem. Input device subsystem.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Get most recently used hardware device. End user ID. I assume I need that. Oh yeah, I have that here with Common UI. Yeah, I don't need this. I need to know what button I'm pressing though. Yeah, I have this here. Yeah, gamepad, touch, mouse and keyboard. The problem is I need to know what button I'm pressing because obviously I don't want to just disable it for all controllers. I mean, I could set up a separate thing specifically for controller, but that'd be doubling my work. Would it? It wouldn't really be doubling my work. I guess what I can do is duplicate the IA attack and be like IA controller, attack controller. Separate this gamepad into it only. Right, this gamepad, right? Because I would need to do this for it and the ranged one. They both use, right, left mouse buttons. But that's fine. I could use the same, duplicate this for both then. But basically, anywhere where I would use a left mouse click, I would need a duplicate. One for regular, one for controller. And I would just have them configured the same way. and just output into the same thing. Like, I don't have to reconfigure it twice, but I would need a second enhanced input for both. What are you trying to do? Basically, we're fighting against common UI reading left mouse click as A on a controller when we're not even doing anything UI related. You know what? Before I do that, though, let's just check. Shits and giggles. In Unreal Engine 5, I'm using Common UI, and when combined with enhanced input actions bound to left mouse button, if I press A on an Xbox controller, it thinks that left mouse button is pressed, even when not in the UI. Is there a simple fix? And is it a known issue? Yeah, A on the controller. A on the Xbox controller. Bottom button. Yes. I love that. I love the pause there. Just yes. This is a known issue in Unreal Engine 5 when using Common UI alongside enhanced input. Problem stems from Common UI's internal handling of gamepad inputs for UI navigation and activation. The A button on the Xbox controller or equivalent face button bottom is mapped to the virtual accept action in Common UI's input system, which simulates a left mouse button via blah 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 blah. This behavior is not a bug per se. Simple fix. Simple workaround to configure the Common UI input is to avoid the synthetic mouse. Prevents the A button. Assuming you're using blueprints, C++ equivalents exist in. Ensure both Common UI and enhanced plugins are enabled. Yeah, they are. In project settings, engine input, set default player input class to enhanced player input, and default input component class to enhanced input component. Create a new enhanced input database. This is not a simple solution, by the way. I asked for a simple fix. This does not sound like a simple fix. Define your input actions for UI. Example, IA, UI, accept. No, this is just... Okay, I'm just going to do what I described. Okay? We're going to do what I described. So... we have IA attack... controller. And I attack ranged... controller. I'm going to do that. First, we're suggesting under Common UI metadata, generic button press to unselect simulate click event. Under Common UI metadata, generic button press. Does it tell you what this Common UI metadata generic button press is and where it is located? I would gladly unselect simulate click event. Do they specify perhaps where that is? And how do you I guess it's in settings? But like project settings? You sent a video that included that last week? This specific thing? I don't remember seeing this specific thing. Common UI is not here. Common UI. Editor, framework. Auto load data. Input settings. Link cursor to gamepad focus. True to have the mouse pointer automatically move to the center of whatever widget is currently focused while using a gamepad. Interesting. Good to know that's there. We don't have that setting you talked about though. Went over the metadata thing? Yeah, but most of it I didn't need to see. I didn't really watch the tutorial. I skimmed through it. If there was like a 2-second part of that I really need to see, I missed it. That's just my splash screen. Or I guess the project thumbnail, yeah. I'm gonna do this. Where is this? Thanks for sending a useful vid of you on UI metadata. Also, Proc didn't watch vids, skimmed it. Well, no, that wasn't why he sent it. First of all, I don't know what UI metadata is. Let's start with that, Leo. Okay? If you send me something useful, but I don't understand just the basics of it, I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know why I'm watching it, so I'm not gonna watch it. If I don't understand, like it's like sending me calculus. If I don't even understand the basics of calculus, watching it is pointless. Unless I know those 2 seconds of calculus is really all I care about. I'm not that smart. It's coming out, have a plugin folder. I mean, in the engine somewhere, sure. It's built into Unreal. So it's not like its own, like, oh, here's a plugin folder. But I'm sure it's somewhere, yeah. Locus says create common input data assets. I just asked where this thing is. Content browser, right click, user interface, common UI, common input, create it. That is not what... That is not... I'm just gonna do... I'm gonna do it the way I was doing it. It's fine. It's just... Can I move this to Q? Just... Price says input, viewport unchecked, use mouse for touch. But is the, let's find out. Input. Use mouse. It's turned off. So that's not that. The AI is wrong. It's yeah. The AI is wrong. Sorry. Sorry, AI, whatever AI you were using. It was not very smart. It usually is wrong. Yeah. I mean, depends which one you ask. Rock is pretty good. He does a good job searching. Oh, did I freaking added it to the wrong thing. Use it like a suggestion generator. Oh, it's good for making like random suggestions. Yeah. Okay, so we have this now for attack. So theoretically, with this kind of setup, we can just do, instead of all of this, just check that it is not equal to gamepad, or I guess, yeah, not equal to gamepad, or just equal to keyboard and mouse and keyboard. I'm going to need to do this for every single one of these. Okay, so theoretically with this, why is it failing to get? Okay, let's use no, we'll use Leo's version. It seems like it's probably better. Okay, let's scroll back down to input device some system. Get most recently used hardware device. Do I need to plug it into in-user ID? This is equal to keyboard and mouse. Nothing into user ID. Okay. Okay. It's not doing anything. Good. Okay. Good. It is not reading it as a button. so my guess is this only works inside of a controller. Okay. But hold on, we're not done yet. Yes, thank you, Leah. So apparently this works outside of UI, probably, and the other one works only inside of UI. Sure. Okay, sure. And then we do IA attack controller. And then this one basically bypasses all of these checks. Oh god, this is gonna be a whole pain in the ass. I need to also check controller or this whole thing is getting far more complicated because I have to deal with multiple why is this such a pain in the ass? Why is this such a pain in the ass? Hey Clouds, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. You had to do this while making orbit base controller. The gamepad controls were extremely fast on joysticks, so you needed basically 2 different speed values for the input. I see. Nope, hold on. Do it smart. What do you mean? The problem with the lapsed seconds is when you have multiple of these, they don't reset. Like when you stop holding it, the number doesn't reset. So I can't do like max. I have to tell it to use the specific one based off of a select node. Have the bool be updated maybe every 3 seconds, because often has the input change on a timer. Oh, you're talking about this? Oh, so it doesn't check it every frame here? That's not a bad idea. I still need to do the other checks, but that's not a bad idea. September event is gonna be fine. Check input device. Yeah, it'll be easier if I just do this. Input is keyboard and mouse. We'll loop it every 0.1 second. 10 times a second is plenty. Well, we'll find out if it's plenty. So here, though, okay, we can remove this. This is the big, like one of my worst spaghetti areas, and I'm adding another. And then I also have range control. I now have to put another one of these in. I just oh, and this one has to do all the checks as well. Hold on. This one has to do all the same checks. Welcome to input support. Okay. You know what I want? You know what I want? And I've asked this for a long time. I want a reroute node in Blueprints. That's what I want. Like a named reroute equivalent in Blueprints, like from materials. I want to just be like NPCG. I just want to reroute. I can put it here, and I don't have to drag this all the way around. I just put it somewhere else for execution pins. Right? That's what I've wanted this for a long time. I want an execution reroute. We can obviously make variables and use them somewhere else, but we cannot do that with execution pins. I would love that. Because that would be so much cleaner than this, wouldn't it? What do you mean they only exist in? Well, basically, they don't exist in. Well, they also exist in BCG, like I mentioned, but the point is they don't exist here, and I want it in blueprints. So here, we're gonna want to do another select here. Yes, if you would mind walking you through my code as a learning opportunity. I mean, I can explain like something specific, but I mean, I'm not gonna walk through the entire game. That'd be many hours. But if you want to like me to explain how I did like a certain thing, yeah, just let me know what. Learning is a strong word. And then here we do another select. Why don't you duplicate? There we go. Another select here. And if it's keyboard and mouse, if it is keyboard and mouse, then we use this. Otherwise, we use this. This is the controller one. You can saw another game dev YouTube channel's Discord about the common UI. Since I know his game is gamepad compatible, I assume he implemented that plugin. If any solution is found, you shall report back. I appreciate it. Couldn't you run these checks as event dispatchers instead? Well, that won't. I mean, that'll make it even more of a mess. I could event dispatch it, but I don't. It'd be even more of a mess, and I'm sure event dispatchers have a cost compared to just plugging in an execution graph. I would be surprised if event dispatcher has no cost at all. And it would be like 5 nodes for doing what a branch does. It's just not, I don't think it's worth it. Even if it costs 0, which it might be, I don't think it's worth the headache. You have to have something listening, but you have said you want something to break up my code. Yeah, but yeah, I'd love to make this cleaner, but I don't know if that's the way. I'm gonna try cleaning this up a little bit though. Try cleaning it up a little bit. Yeah, it's better. It's definitely better. It's not great, but it's better. Macro exists, but Uglies is still inside. Yeah. I mean, I could just, you know, like, if you wanted to hide this, done, hidden, right? It's about what you said, that it would take hours to go through your code. Do you think you could make one big video? No. I have made over a year of videos creating the game. It would just be a video of going like, here's the game. Here's nobody knows what I've made. Just watch the... Go watch the VODs. Frozen over the Leviathan that we killed some months ago. It's okay. We'll bring the Leviathan back, don't worry. Eventually. In your head, you saw it as a way to keep things organized. Now you're looking at how you're calling it off yeah. If you know, you know. I'm proud of that one. I'm not proud of the Leviathan, although I am pretty proud of that one too. I'm proud that I could read that. I'm usually very bad about abbreviations. Okay.
Ads are here. Pausing for ads.
Did I reset my dash back? I don't think I did, right? No. Okay. Phew. That's why my dash wasn't working. Gamepeg tag container switch statements for the one. Yeah, oh, that's what the Leviathan was. Leviathan was literally that, Leo. A big switch. By the way, random question. Does the light help? Does light make any difference? For reference, this would be the alternative. This was what it was before. And now you can see me. I mean, I guess it does help. You can see me. What about your input stuff that you're working on right now? Could you go over that then? Sure. What specifically? I mean, this is just a regular enhanced input action system. You can see me better. Is that what I'm going for? You're right. I might be going for just don't look at me. Just don't look at me. I mean, yeah, it's regular enhanced input action system. In some places, I'm using everything. So, for example, in my attacks, I'm using things that happen when I just when I finish holding the button, because I have it set on hold. And things that happens when I just start pressing the button. Things that happen when it's ongoing. So, for example, my hold attacks use the ongoing, and then my regular attacks trigger uncancelled. untriggered things like, for example, this charge, when it gets to the end, oh, well, the timer is wrong here now. It's supposed to trigger. I gotta fix that. Oops. Hold. But this is 3. Oh. I put the wrong number in. Right, so I'm using the ongoing on that one. And that was when it finishes the trigger, when it finishes the 3 seconds, it just does the attack. Or in my case, I can let go and it will do the canceled version. It's still just fine. So I don't have to do the full thing. I can cancel it and do something else between, which is why I'm using the all of the sections. I'm going to use the trigger, the continuation. Continuation is the one that checks that I'm still holding it, right? And how long really is what it checks, because I need to know how long I'm holding it for the bar to fill up. I think of that nature. I think if you're now starting out with Unreal, there's a lot of tutorials on YouTube for game stuff. Oh yeah. If you're looking for tutorials for getting started with Unreal, there are 2 channels that I mean, there are a lot of channels, but there are 2 channels that I would primarily recommend. If you're completely new, like new, there's Gorka Games. If you're like completely new, there's Gorka Games. Now, I will throw a caveat on here. His stuff is not the most correct way of doing things. But if you're just starting out with learning stuff and learning Unreal, it's better to learn the general idea of how things work and not worry about how to do it properly. Learn how to do it properly once you understand how that things even exist. If you don't know certain mechanics even exist in Unreal, it's going to be worse than, oh, you at least know about them. They can go from there. So, because he just has a lot. When I started, yeah, I used Gorka. Gorka has consequence, yes. I also started with Gorka though, right? I can't be like, oh yeah, just never use it. Because he has like a ton of different type of content. And there's a lot of different, like he's making this kind of game or this kind of game or this kind of game, you know? So here, I'll link this. So that's one. Another one that I recommend that doesn't do tutorials really these days much. He still does a few, but he's definitely slowed down. Is Matt Asplund. His tutorials are far higher quality. And if you find the same tutorial here, I would personally say Matt Asplund's tutorials are great. Asplund the goat, yeah, his stuff is great. So I would recommend his stuff as well. Like his stuff, he still does tutorials, but like if you look at the past, you know, recently he's done a few more. Diversion is the source control I want to move to. I still haven't because it still works. I'm like, oh, I'm lazy. So he's been doing a little more tutorials, but for a while he was doing a lot of, yeah, see here, very few tutorials for a while, and I think he's picking back up a little. He's good. His tutorials are good. So there's that, if you're getting started. Ryan Laley. Ryan Laley, I don't have too much experience with him. I believe the main thing I watched from his tutorials was an inventory sorting system, and it wasn't bad at all. I can't speak on... He does a lot of tutorials as well. And I can't just speak on all of them because I've only really watched, I think, the inventory one from like a while back. I think I watched this one. Unreal 5 inventory system. I think that was the one when I was trying to understand how inventories work. How does that whole system work? I watched a ton of different inventory systems. But he has also a ton of different tutorials, and you know they're relatively good from the few that I've seen. I can't speak on like recent stuff, but from what I've seen, they're still good. Here, I link that as well. You're still stuck on the branches. Would an enum and switch approach work, you think? Or is optimization not in your favor of that approach? It wouldn't help the situation. Because I'm only checking one thing. I'm only checking if it is a 1 or not. Right? It's 1 or 0. Enum doesn't really help unless you have multiple things you're checking. Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Is it a pig? Is it a cow? Right? Then enum is great. But if you're only checking one thing, bool is all you need. Game Dev Cave is also good. Dev Cave. That sounds familiar. Is he the one who? He's the one who does the. Yeah. He was the one who was doing. The state tree stuff. This is where I learned state trees from. Game Dev Cave. But yeah, he does C++, but recently he's been doing more blueprints, I think. Yep. Yeah, if you want, here, I'll link it as well. If you want AI stuff, this guy is the best there is. Ali Elzo Perry, probably butchered that name. His AI stuff is how I got started with AI entirely. Fantastic stuff. There you go. So yeah, there's like tons of videos on like everything. If you just want to figure out like how do you do anything in Unreal Engine with blueprints, you just pretty much type UE5 blank tutorial and you'll show you how to do that in blueprints. In general, type in UE5 what you want tutorial and you'll probably find it. Unless you're being very specific. But then you just need to break down the specific thing into like this components. Right? You're not gonna find how do you make when someone runs through a forest, things spawn around them, and then this bird flies in, and it gets timed to this other thing that happens. Right, you're not gonna find all that in one, but you might find how do you make a running thing? How do you make something trigger on demand? How do you make something animate? Like, and you'll find like the individual pieces, and you'll find that everywhere, and you can put it all together, and you're good. So. What about a game manager? What is a game manager? Those got a team for his game and is presenting for to receive funding. Wait, who? I think I missed. Who are you talking about, Zebra? Because I think it was. I don't know if you're talking about Ali or someone else. Oh, you're talking about Game Dev Cave. Is okay, got it. Best thing to realize early on, you'll become Dr. Frankenstein. Yeah. You all to piece things together and learn how different. Yep. That's basically how you learn. Frankenstein, everything together, make it all work together, little by little, and then you'll be good. You'll get there. The systems that all your other systems talk to, that's just creating blueprints and linking them with blueprint interfaces or any other way. Game instances just saves variables, but you don't need to use the game instances to have things connect with one another. Uh, okay, why does this not shoot? That shoots. Did I mess up on... Did I mess up on something? Oh, I didn't set this up yet. I set up the regular attack. That's right. I never set up the, this guy. Glad you found a fix for it? I mean, I wouldn't call this a fix. I would very much call this a workaround, though. I definitely found a workaround for the problem. Once I figured out that it was because freaking left mouse button was being detected as A, which I think I multiple times in the past I have realized this, but it is what it is. Just finally fixing it. Exploration? Think smaller. Well, I mean, you could still do exploration. There we go. Okay, a couple of things. If I try to attack, immediately, if I let go and then press attack immediately, I don't attack. So what I need to do is give it a I forget what it's called. Basically, when you press a button, you have a little bit of a time frame where, as long as it's available to be used within that time frame, it will trigger, which makes it feel a little bit snappier and less like what it is now. Just does that feel great? Yeah, scale down, Scronet. Do small area first. When you're happy with small area, expand. Eventually you'll get a large map. Let's start with a small area. Two square miles is a very large map. Make an area like this big, and make it interesting. Start with this area like this. Make this area fun. Put something inside of this area only. You've been doing this for a long time. You're only new to Unreal? Okay, fair enough then. If you're familiar with games, it does, change things. I like, Leo, I like how your only two options are Unity. Well, look, the other stuff is all garbage. You must be doing your custom stuff. You might have made your own game engine before you ever thought about trying any of the other game engines out there. Because, dear God, thinking about something other than Unreal and Unity? Oh, no. That, how could you? So what I'm gonna do is... What's the best way of doing this? I had this set up before, but obviously I don't anymore. Oh, I need to remove this. This can attack. If I can't attack, but see, the problem is I can't do a delayed attack. No, the whole delayed attack won't work. What I need to do instead is change when I stop being... I need to be able to attack immediately, basically. You've hated Unreal since you met Tim Sweeney back, and I think it was Unreal 3 came out, but it's your... I mean, I don't know. I've never met the guy. I don't really care about the guy, so... Let me list them. Godot, Rust, Game Maker Studio, Unity, Unreal, MS-DOT, Frostbite Engine, Flux, and all others. You forgot RPG Maker? I love how CryEngine has died to such a degree, it's not even on that list anymore. Man, CryEngine used to be so cool. Fun little story. Fun story. CryEngine. When I was in... This was when? I think this was around like 2013-ish. I think. So it's been about a decade, a little over a decade ago. I was trying to find a work because I was between jobs at the time, and a place I got recommended for a place, but they used CryEngine, and it was two big assets, and they gave me a little asset to do, and so I'm like, okay, I've never tried CryEngine, but I was familiar enough with like Unreal Engine. I think 4 already came out at the time. It was very early on. It might have been just a UDK that I was using. But I'm like, okay, let me just download CryEngine because they had a free version or a minimalist version, I don't remember. And all I wanted to do was get the asset into CryEngine. That's all I wanted to do. I made an asset. I wanted to get it into the program. I cannot describe how many hours I tried to find a way to import an asset into CryEngine. Every program under mankind, you just file import, right click import, drag it in, something. They're all around the same. I could not for hours figure out how to import my asset and textures and set up the basic stuff. And guess what? There wasn't a single tutorial for CryEngine. Nothing existed online at all. And at the end of the day, you know what I did? I actually gave up. And I told them I can't bring it into the engine. And you guys know how stubborn I am. I will try to fix something for days. But for that, I couldn't just bring in an asset to CryEngine. And I think that was the point where I realized maybe CryEngine isn't this amazing thing that I was thinking it was. Because holy shit. Holy crap. That should not be that difficult. And that was the last time I tried CryEngine. Biggest loss is probably a Luminous engine. I don't know that one. Thanks to Forspoken. Someone ever released Decima? I don't know that one either. There's so many game engines out there. That's the problem with these proprietary engines. The devs don't write documentation because it's all internal use. I mean, CryEngine wasn't even... I mean, it was kind of internal use, but... there was a free version for people to try. But, man, yeah, there's just... I wish I figured out how to do it. I genuinely gave up on that one. Same thing happened to Cyberpunk and CDPR. Switched to EU5 because during the development of Cyberpunk 2077, they were simultaneously making engine code for his... I mean, there are benefits to making your own engine, but the engine needs to do something other engines cannot do. Otherwise, it is not worth it, in my opinion. If your engine does something you cannot just do in another engine, then it makes sense. And not only can you not do another engine, you cannot modify or create a plugin that would allow you to do that in another engine. Death Stranding and Horizon Zero Dawn. Ah, great games. I never played Death Stranding, but I watched a playthrough of it. And I love Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, so that's the Decima engine. Got it. So what we want to do is... Imagine if the disc stayed on for Luminous Engine and worked on the new Final Fantasy game instead of Forspoken. We can only guess. We can only guess. When I'm gonna copy this. Should go to character info. Oh, the animations aren't here, right? Animations are on the weapon. Right? Hold end. So okay. So what I want to do is check if it is a certain atom sequence. If this is not equal to I love how I just select anything. I mean, it has its flaws, but it's the closest thing we have to an open source game engine that's relatively usable. I mean, there's definitely more open source things. The thing that makes Unreal, I think, is blueprints. I mean, it has tons of features also, right? Obviously. But I think what makes it very open to everyone trying it out is blueprints. Did to leave Unity when they decided to change the pricing? Oh man, when Unity pulled that shit like however many years ago now, with the pricing, to this day,
pausing for ads.
I wouldn't touch Unity with a 10-foot pole. To this day. I'll be right back. Well, how's it going? I'm back. Then if it has one AAA companies use Unreal and they communicate with Epic because they want X feature, oh yeah. You'll never shop at Target again? What did Target do? The hell did Target do? Okay, so this, I don't think it's this. No, something. It's not this. I need to make it so. Oh, is it the hold attack? Is this the problem? It's not a problem, but I see. Okay. So basically, the hold for the laser also is under the cooldown of the left click. That's what's happening. Promoting tuck-friendly female bathing suits for little boys. And their line of satanic clothes for children. Oh, I don't mind that one. The first one's weird. Second one's like whatever. In fact, I think there'll be a lot of kids, especially a lot of boys, that would love to dress up like a devil. I think for like, especially like Halloween, that'd be a lot of fun for them. The first one's weird. The first one's really weird. Can attack, just does this check. Hold on, where am I checking? This. Here. Here we check. But it's not checking going all the way up here though. We've been on board. They said something bad about Golden Girls. Wait, what? Who are the Golden Girls? I don't know these things. I'm not very knowledgeable about pop culture. It might be pop, but I'm not good with it. At least by name. I'm sure I know about it if you showed me pictures or told me what it is. I'd be like, oh yeah, I know that. But by name, I don't know who the Golden Girls are. So it goes here. Then it goes here. Then checks if can attack. Then it checks if this is greater. And if it is, he goes here. If it's not a hold attack, melee hold attack, it goes here. And then is this. So young punks. Golden. I mean, look, I'll be honest. I mean, I don't think age matters here. I don't think this would be just my. I don't think I'm the demographic for whatever the show was. You know, Three's Companies? Nope. No, don't know Moonlighting. Okay, to be fair, Skronek. Okay, to be fair, I watch zero TV shows and I do not watch movies. Okay, so just to be fair, if you named any movie pretty much, except like the very like few like Marvel, like the Marvel series that they had, I will probably tell you I don't know it. High chance. So I just want to preface that I just don't watch TV shows or movies generally. Like they're like technically speaking, Taskmaster is a TV show. I've seen it on YouTube, but like I don't go and I don't have a TV. I don't really go watch movies. I'll watch like a movie every few years. So books, no. Games and anime. it's simple person. Games and anime. I want to see my favorite anime. It used to be by a large margin Steins Gate. Like by a large margin, Steins Gate used to be my favorite, but now I have a new favorite by also another larger margin. So there's like anime, then there's Steins Gate, and now there's Solo Leveling. I'm pressing it. Why is it not working anymore? Okay. Here's the 97 Berserk. I've never seen it. Clavitus is decent. Oh, the new one? I'm watching quite a few shows right now. That's not one of them, but I was looking into it. Kaiju number 8, I'm watching this one, Gachiakuta, is fantastic. I'm watching that. I'm watching Don, although I haven't seen the past few episodes. Gotta catch up on that. I have I saw this. I never tried it though. I'm also watching. Hey, I'm rewatching Solo Leveling. I was like, I'm bored. Fire Force. Yeah, I can get it finish Dandadan. Dr. Stone. After the end of the first part of the season, I was like, do I even want to continue? Dr. Stone. Yeah, Dr. Stone really kind of dropped as well. But I like. Maybe I'll try. I just really didn't like where it ended, with the, like end of that first part of the season. I don't know. We're reborn as a vending machine. Wait, seriously? That sounded like I saw that. But it seemed like such a weird premise. I don't know why I would. I'm holding the button down, but it's not registering. Oh, you know what it is, I think? It might actually be this actuation threshold. First season was good of what, Dr. Stone? So wait for the unwanted undead adventure? Wait. That was a thing already, wasn't it? I think I started I think I watched a few episodes of that. Unwanted. Yeah. Oh, did I see the entire thing? Oh, no, hold on a second. That doesn't seem right. I don't... I'll tell you this, it wasn't that interesting to me. If I did finish it? No, I did. I remember this. Yeah. I think I finished it. I was really like, I was desperate for something in this one. I did watch it. Like, it seemed like the premise seemed cool, but I was just like, it was okay. It was okay. You know, watch till they're done. I get that. I'm also a binge watcher. I love binge watching. Not Overlord level, but it had potential. Overlord was great at the beginning, and then the last, like, some seasons were better than others. I think it was season 2 or season 3 that was like, eh. When they started focusing on all these, like, other groups, like, when it was the lizard tribe thing. Like, during the whole lizard tribe, whichever one that was, I was like, I don't care about them. The reason, like, I mean, there's many reasons why I love solo leveling, but for me, a big thing is I don't want to have 20 people that you want me to care about. Give me one that is badass, and then I'm like, yes. I don't care about the lizardmen. Why do we care about the lizardmen? I'm watching the show for freaking the Overlord. What? I don't care about these other people. That's me. Grimgar Fire and Ash looks like it's going to be great, and then they cancel it. Hopefully it'll, might get remade. Slime anime. Oh, it's reincarnated as a slime. I watched a bit of that, and then I realized that I understood the entire premise of the entire anime going forward. There was a big overpowering enemy. Oh, he got a little more powerful magically, and now he defeats that enemy. And then there's now a bigger enemy, and he's gonna be fighting them, and he's going to beat them. And it was very much like that old school anime. Like, I'm over that kind of stuff. Just that genre of anime, I'm just over. When I was younger, I liked it, but you're also describing solo leveling, though? Oh, here's the difference, though. Okay? The difference is, in solo leveling, one, he's badass. And then there's no these other people. He's like, oh, it's being so friendly. I don't want this friendly I want a badass. I don't care about this. Oh, friendly. Let's all get. I don't care. Do not care. Personality, shit. Also, every game I play that I have I can play a necromancer. I will. I love necromancers. Hey, guess what's in solo leveling? Necromancy. Hey, in all of season 1, you basically don't care about mostly anyone from anyone except the main character. It's great. And then only when you get to season 2 do you start introducing other people that are already badass, and even then they show them as weaklings, and they're great. Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer movie you need? I dropped Demon Slayer, but Jujutsu Kaisen I finished. It was pretty good. I heard Demon Slayer is good, but yeah, I made it like a few episodes through and was like, it wasn't for me. So I end up dropping it. We got to figure out a good fix for the projectile laser thing. It just doesn't feel very good. We'll try to figure that out tomorrow. But at least we fixed sort of one problem today. We're not done with it, but it was kind of productive. Which I'm glad about. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you had fun. We'll be back tomorrow for some more game dev, where I'll try to. What I want is for the laser to be able to press the laser and for it to shoot and never be a point where I press to attack and he just stands there. That's what I want. That's the goal for tomorrow. Yep. Have a good night, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.